Hi, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and hi, I'm Josh. I'm in recovery, battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. And today we'll be playing a little bit of catch up, reading from the Daily Stoic. Today will be August 19th, and we'll be trying to catch up as quickly as we can. But with the move and some other things, it's been kind of hectic around here. So let's dig right into it. The Daily Stoic. Corralling the unnecessary, August 19th. It is said that if you would have peace of mind, busy yourself with little. But wouldn't a better saying be, do what you must, and as required be of rational being created for public life? For this brings not only the peace of mind of doing few things, but the greater peace of doing them well. Since the vast majority of our words and actions are unnecessary, corralling them will create an abundance of leisure and tranquility. As a result, we shouldn't forget at each moment to ask, is this one of unnecessary things? But we must corral not only unnecessary actions, but unnecessary thoughts too. So needless acts don't tag along after them. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 4:24. The Stoics were not monks. They didn't retreat to the sanctuary of a monastery or a temple. They were politicians, businessmen, soldiers, artists. They practiced their philosophy amid the busyness of life, just as you are attempting to do. The key to accomplishing that is to ruthlessly expunge the inessential from our lives. What vanity obligates us to do, what greed signs us up for, what ill discipline adds to our plate, and what a lack of courage prevents us from saying no to. All of this we must cut. Yeah, corralling the unnecessary. That's a very interesting aspect. One of my favorite sayings, I'm not sure if I disliked it early on, but one of my favorite sayings when I joined one of the fellowships was that it is a simple program for complicated people. And that's what corralling the unnecessary is. Or excising, cutting out. Cutting out all the stuff that prevents us from our objective, which is staying sober today. So if we place and prioritize sobriety as number one, and then everything else underneath that, then we should, in theory, be good to go. So that's what the whole idea of like corralling the unnecessary is, like herding cattle, corralling them. So we want to cut the unnecessary things from our lives. Sure, we're going to be teachers, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, students. We'll have jobs, we'll be bosses, subordinates, colleagues, peers. All of these different things that will keep us busy throughout our lives. And that's kind of like what they were saying with the Stoics, is that they were politicians, businessmen, soldiers, artists, etc. They weren't just monks. They were treated to a temple and were philosophical about the ways of life. And that's kind of how I view like recovery. Like if I prioritize my sobriety, then everything else will kind of fall into place. And that's kind of the strength that I've gotten. That is the strength that I've gotten from my fellowships, is that making my sobriety, my recovery, number one, makes my life a whole lot easier. It's pretty straightforward. If I prioritize my sobriety, then and cut out the rest of the noise and just focus on the sobriety, and everything else kind of just falls into place. So my hope for all of you is that you'll be able to find a way to prioritize your recovery and your sobriety, corral the unnecessary, and cut out the things that don't really matter, that could prevent you from maintaining your sobriety, maintaining you staying in between the guardrails on your road to recovery. So with that, I hope that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch and like our videos, and please use our comment section. That way, if you're a newcomer, ask questions or use it to vent or talk about post-acute withdrawal. And if you have time underneath your belt, provide some of the tools in your toolkit that you used in early sobriety to help keep you sober. I know for me, it was going to meetings, talking to my sponsor, and just talking to other people at the fellowship, I really did try and prioritize my sobriety and just realized that, like, listen, I'm of no use to anyone if I'm laid up in a hospital, or worst case scenario, if I'm dead. So that's what I hope for you, is that you're able to corral the unnecessary, cut the things away from your life that don't help your recovery and your sobriety, and be able to focus on you. And that's what I'm going to try and do. And I'm going to try and love myself and be deserving of love, and be able to give love to others. So with that, my name is Josh, and I am the founder of the Accountability Group, and also I am Josh in recovery and battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. Thanks for letting me share.